All right, it's 14b. This is a mathematics problem. You should see here a value that has a label, zinc nitrate, and a mass, 3.6 grams. So the calculation method I'm going to show you is a proportion. I will start with the given information, 3.6 grams of zinc nitrate. I'm labeling fully. I expect you to label fully on your test. Can't read the quantity of sodium hydroxide. That's the X. That's the unknown. I'll put it here. This is not the only place it could go, but it's a good place. This is what I'm trying to find. You should know that the labels on the bottom, the two remaining labels in the proportion, are already defined. Once I put the labels on the top here, the labels on the bottom have to match. So I'm looking for grams of sodium hydroxide, grams of zinc nitrate. They'll come from the chemical equation shown above. So I'm analyzing that now. Sodium hydroxide is the first reactant. Its Na is 23, O is 16, H is 1. That adds up to 40, but there's a coefficient of 2, so it's 2 times 40 equals 80 grams NaOH. That's what the balanced equation calls for. The balanced equation also calls for zinc nitrate. What's that? Molar mass, 65 grams of zinc. Nitrate, we have 2 of them. I'm going to do it this way. This is not the only way, but it's a good way. 14 for the nitrogen, 48 for 3 oxygens, and that is times 2, because this number outside the parentheses multiplies everything inside. So that's 62 times 2 is 124 plus 65. That's a total of 189 grams of zinc nitrate. That's the molar mass. So you could continue with the other substances in the chemical equation. They're not needed to solve 14b, so I'll show you the numbers, but I'm not going to say how I got them. This is 99 grams of zinc hydroxide, and this is 6285. This is 170 grams of sodium nitrate. Okay, I'm not circling them. They're not important. But you can see that the total mass will add up on the right and the left, which is a good sign. Okay, so this number right here in the proportion needs to come from the recipe, which is right here. That's why we did the molar masses. 189 grams of zinc nitrate in the original recipe. For the sodium hydroxide, I'm using this number I circled in orange. It's 80 grams. So this is the setup for the calculation method. This itself is worth most of the points. So if you don't get the right answer, you will still get much partial credit if you can set up the proportion with well-labeled numbers. All right, so to solve this, I'll use black pen, and it looks to me like 189x equals 3.6 times 80. So I'll just write it exactly the way I said it. 3.6 times 80. And now it's calculator time. 3.6 times 80 is 288. Divide by 189 gets me the answer. X equals 1.52 grams of sodium hydroxide. That's the answer. If you just write 1.52, you haven't labeled it properly. If you just write 1.52 grams, you haven't labeled it properly. Proper labeling leaves no ambiguity.